Gosh, I don't really know where to begin. I'm thinking of a story. I'm thinking of a time. No problem. You know, Babaji gave me a monkey. He did. Some villager caught a monkey, or maybe, I don't know, there was a monkey running around the ashram and some mansingh caught it or something. I have no idea. It was when I first arrived in my first summer there in 77. And Babaji came walking across the river. I was living at the Gufa side. And he had a monkey. And he gave it to me. And told me I had to care for the monkey. And we made a pole, put a pole in the ground, and we tied the monkey to the pole. And I had to feed the monkey and take care of the monkey. And every once in a while, Babaji would walk by, and while he would be talking to me or talking to everybody, he would untie the monkey. And then tell me to catch it. I don't know why that came up. The day that Prem Baba, there's a very well-known story when I was lancing Prem Baba's leg, he had a big boil on his knee, and I cut open the boil, and Prem Baba, the pain, I guess it was the pain, and he fell over backwards and hit his head, and we thought he had died. It felt like he had died. And that in itself is a huge story, but when Babaji came across the river and ran across the river, Babaji was at the Gufa side, Babaji was at the Duni side, and we were just constructing the first wall of what became Fakirabad. It was the very first wall which is now the walkway to the Duni when you come down the stairs and you walk along that little wall. That was the first big wall. It was 3 meters high, and we filled in the rocks behind it. That was the first year we did that. Babaji was there guiding the work, and I was going, Baba, please, I killed Prem Baba, you have to come right away. You know, I was hysterical, I was crying. And Babaji kind of looked at me like, yeah, and then he went on and told more about the work, and then Swamiji was with him. I'm going, Babaji, please, Babaji. You know, this is a really emergency, you've got to come. And slowly he kind of gave some instructions for the work, and slowly he and Swamiji started walking across the river. I was running and they were walking really slow, and Babaji was talking to people and pointing out things, and it seemed like an absolute eternity. And finally, Babaji got to the side, to the Gufa side, and I had made, that time Babaji had me, he had made me build a little hospital and a little tea shop. And I had to serve tea to the local people, not to the foreign residents, but the local village people, and they would come to me and I would give them aspirins, and so I had built a little hut, and I had a little lean-to roof, and I had a monkey on a pole, and Prem Baba's lying on the ground. The doctor from Delhi has pronounced him dead. And Babaji slowly wanders over. I remember he had not a toothpick, but a wheat stalk or a rice stalk, and he was playing with his teeth. And he didn't even look down at Prem Baba. He just walked over, and he looked up and he said, Kharku, fix this. And I had to tie everything together with rope made of bark. He really sent me with these villagers, and I had to learn how to do everything, make rope from bark. And he was unhappy with the way I had tied these things, the post, the 2 sticks together to make the roof. And he was yelling at me for that. And then he untied the monkey and said, get the monkey. I said, Babaji, it's Prem Baba's. At that time, Prem Baba was lying on the ground. There was an American devotee named Hukam Singh, and there was an English devotee named Hurak Singh. We all know Hurak Singh, and Hukam Singh's now left us. And they were sitting there completely in shock. And I had done it, I had stuck the knife in his leg, and he was, Prem Baba was lying on the ground, and there was water kind of leaking out the side of his eyes like he was having tears. But it was also coming out of his nose and his mouth, and there was water coming out of his ears. And it was the most eerie scene. And he says, and it just is tripping. And Babaji, at one point, Swamiji never looked at Prem Baba, but Swamiji said, that nasty old man, all he did was smoke drugs and destroy, he's better he's gone. And Hukum Singh slapped Swamiji for his rudeness. And Babaji got wildly angry. Such an incredible scene. And Babaji untied the monkey, and he's yelling at me to fix the roof, fix the monkey, and then he turns around and he starts to walk away. He starts to walk away. He still hasn't looked at Prem Baba, he still hasn't said anything. Swamiji's made his statement, and then Babaji kind of turns around as he did, like that, and says, massage his feet, use mustard oil. No, use ghee. Massage his feet, use ghee. And then he walked off. And we took some ghee and I started massaging his feet, and Hadley massaging his feet. And after some minutes, Babaji was already back on the other side. Prem Baba just sits up. He just sat bolt upright. He was from dead. And the doctor had pronounced him dead, so for us, he was dead. For Babaji, he sits bolt upright and said, Chilam banao. Make a chilam. He was a sadhu who smoked hashish in this Indian pipe. He said, Chilam banao, make a chilam. And Hukum Singh and Hurak Singh were busy helping him do that stuff. I can't remember anymore what I was doing. I was just like totally in shock. And he hit me. And he said, I was free. I was free. I was upstairs. I was watching everything. I was free. But you were so afraid and you were in such pain that out of compassion, Babaji called me back. So I have to live again. I don't know why I remembered that story. I never tell that story. The monkey reminded me. Then and after he said, after you massage his feet, catch the monkey.
And repair the roof.
Only Babaji could do like that. It was just extraordinary. So probably, maybe Prem Baba wasn't even dead. He was just out of his body, so his body was like dead. I've been out of my body. I've had that experience. But when I did it, my body was convulsing. I've had it happen a few times. And people trying to hold my body down and my awareness being up in the air somewhere looking down at the scene, like somehow you separate. So now, looking back, I can imagine probably that's what happened to Prem Baba. But at the time, for my reality, I was 23 years old. I killed Prem Baba.